What's popular, YouTube? Another day, another demo. Today we're going to be watching Electronic, Papatronic, Father, Astronaut, Teacher, God, Legend, Major Winner, Friend of Simple, Right Hand of the Goat, IGL. Okay? IGL of NAVI, the guy who's taken over from Boomich and has been doing an incredible job. He put up 3.06 rating versus OG at Blast Lisbon. They won the event. He did it as an IGL. So we're here to investigate how he can call and at the same time keep his head on so damn straight that he can frag harder than he's ever fragged. So why don't we go ahead and check it out. This game, actually analysis-wise, it was kind of hard to get around. That was good to analyze. He got 22 frags, so there was a lot of good kills in there. I got a nice mini-map segment in at the end, so stick around for that one, the last round of the game. And yeah, that's it. And also, I'm nominated for Esports Award, which I mentioned at the end as well. It is for the Esports Content Creator of the Year. If you want to vote for me, the link is right here in the comments section where I post stuff. And yeah, thanks for the support. It's 100% dictated by votes only, so your vote will matter. But thanks. Enjoy the demo, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome to the Mirage Masterclass here by Electronic. A 3.06 rating. On my camera, I haven't recorded content so long, I forgot where my camera was. A 3.06 rating here on CT side. 100% KAST. I've never seen a rating like, I don't think I've ever seen a plus 3.0 rating. At least not for myself. So yeah, here's a game where there will be something done every single round. He basically didn't die. He basically always killed. Oh man. And the coolest part is, not only is Electronic one of the greatest riflers to ever come out of the CIS region and Counter-Strike in general, not only is he a major champion, not only is he the greatest player of all time's right-hand man, not only is he a father, but he is also, as well as, but not limited to, the IGL of NAVI for the first time in this event. And now we know why he wanted to be IGL, because I'm trying to tell some joke about how he can make rounds about himself, but you just don't really see that, do you? It had nothing to do with that when it came to Electronic. He had just... Look at this. I mean, he didn't even have the space. He made it. It's not like he just took all these roles that gave him tons of space when he became IGL. Didn't happen like that at all. Not sure exactly how this worked out so perfectly well for Electronic. He actually did look uncomfortable in some positions. When he's defaulting top mid on Mirage, he's still learning angles. He's still getting used to things. A couple of spots that he had to switch up where they actually gave SDY some space. Bit had to switch up his positions a little bit. And gotta say, man, they really stepped up to the challenge. It didn't show that much. And we had Electronic, some of his best games that he's ever played. Maybe it helps him stay focused, being an IGL. You never know. It's hard to say what motivates people sometimes. But we know with Papatronic, he likes the responsibility, which is very impressive and really exciting to watch, I think. Again, I don't think we have to say that Electronic is better than Boomich or anything like that. Especially, you know, if it was true, you know, 100% there would be no reason to not point it out. I'm not saying that. But it is only after one event. Maybe we shouldn't disparage Boomich, who they were the best with for a very long time, and say that Electronic is like the best thing that ever happened to them, and, you know, Boomich would never be as good as this and stuff like that. Like, let's maybe not do that just yet. Just, you know, for the sake of not kicking Boomich as he's leaving the door of a team who, again, called for in their best period in history. Ooh, okay, another outplay, but also because we just don't have that much of a sample size with NAVI yet. We know they're really serious right now. We saw the calling was honestly refreshing. It was great. They won the whole event. I mean, no question the scariest team, and then they converted, but you know, Cologne's coming up. Other events here left in the year. And we'll see if everybody continues to be as motivated, and they don't even know if SDY is going to stay on this team. He might not even stay on this team. I think he should stay. He was really good. They said they'll hope. Oh, so the thing is, though, with SDY is because he DM'd me on Instagram and he said, I moved back to Kyiv. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. Like, it had something to do with something like one of my stories or something. I might have been talking about WePlay or missing going back to Ukraine or something. He's like, I actually moved back. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I didn't even know people could move back. And apparently he got special permission to be able to go back to Kyiv, which is fantastic. But of course, you know, the invasion is still, you know, not just completely settled. There are still bombings. It's still terrible, you know, it's still terrible, it's still dangerous. And it's still a risk to be able to go back, but he got special permission to move back, of course. What does anybody want to do? They want to go home, right? But the thing is that when he leaves the country now, he has to take multiple trains and then a plane to be able to get to places. So that makes things very difficult as well. And I think there's just a world where, you know, his travel day to get to Germany might be 25 hours or something, you know, to just get out of Kyiv and be able to compete. So I think that so Simple said, I hope we'll play with him again. And I think he kind of meant that from a logistical perspective. Like, is it even possible, you know, considering the situation? So with everybody in Ukraine, you kind of just have to see, because they're in a very obviously a very unique situation, whether if they're trying to leave the country or work or do anything. It's a day-by-day thing. So still happy for him that he could be able to go home. Also happy for him that they won Lisbon. Happy for Electronic to see him do so great as an IGL. Okay, so let's learn a little bit about playing connector here with Electronic. He drops that nade to catch any lurks. Oh, Neofrag already got into the site. That was ridiculous. Neofrag did some amazing things at Lisbon, and we should probably watch. Look at this crosshair. This is the one that Simple's using. It looks like a joke, right? It's way too big. I just talked about this in the last video. You should probably use the -7 size crosshair to make it smaller and actually round. But yeah, it's a funny one, that's for sure. I mean, guy like Simple can use any crosshair and be like, man, this crosshair is the best. Turns out it was actually him the whole time, you know? Nice. Make that happen. Oh, one in connector late from Nexa, but oh no, I thought Bit was up on Cat. So didn't see too much right there, but this lineup right here is so that the Electronic can molly top boxes, of course. It's really important, so I will explain why in a second. 3 on A. We talked about lyric smokes like this before. Ooh, 2 nades dropped in CT to Apex for them coming out of the A ramp, and it looks like we're gonna run back over. I'm not sure. You know, are we really going to play 1 and B? I guess it's a 3v4 situation. Sorry, I thought it was 3v5. So I think if it was 3v5, they wouldn't split up like this. That wouldn't be the Navi way, but oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, he almost died. Nexus calls this tournament. I think we're not great. The team looked incredibly good because of Degster and because of Neofrag. And Flamesy, honestly. Like the team, the players look good, but I think the calling was actually quite bad from OG. They need to do a bit better. It was too slow. They lost a lot of rounds. Now, I will say that they had basically 3 new players, so that was probably very hard for Nexa to call. Actually, important thing to point out that Nexa had 3 new players to call for. So I will just say that. That's an insane challenge, so they actually did well considering that. But yeah, a lot of rounds. Fundamentally, clock became a problem in places where it was very clear that you knew it was going to be an issue. I actually mentioned it in the cast a lot while the game was live. So either players on his team were making it difficult to call, or he was just not fast enough. But either way, the calling was not great. So yeah, they play another slow one. Electronic will see him at bottom of connector and get a dink off in the window as well, because he's obviously that good right now. A lot of mid-round frags. Why don't we try to take a look at... Yeah, let's see what happens inside of connector this time around, and Electronic throws this flash. Now he's spotting for the boost here, and he throws this flash just so that if they're running into the front of connector, he can pick them off. It's really important to shut down fast connector plays, because they're easy to shut down if you throw the right utility. So here's a poofy smoke to look into underpass from mid. This is also very important. You can also sneak out the left side of the connector smoke and use it to one way. Well, you can't do that for quite as long anymore. And is there... Oh, wow, they shut them both down, pushing into CT spawn. Perfecto draws all the attention. They do no damage even, I mean. This one... Wow, it's actually locked up because there's 5 left. Okay. Of course, he turns around just to dodge his top mid flash. And this... I think I have talked about this before, but again, when you jump cat like this, you get info here that you cannot get from any other position, but only if you jump cat in the beginning of the round. You can get it from the bottom of connector. It's going to be completely smoked. You won't be able to see anything. The only way to know that nobody has crossed to these boxes this early with your own 2 eyes is to jump cat and look. Okay? So that's why this play is actually not just some cool movement thing. It's actually really important to do sometimes, especially in spots where they don't go. So you have this clean. You don't even have to waste a molly to clear that out. And you have a fast rotation. So he's holding on to this info. He'll not see any lurkers, whatever the case may be. See, he doesn't have to clear the top boxes in this spot. And look how fast he is now. If he thought that somebody could be lurking there, totally different timing on this flank. Completely different. CSGO is kind of a hard game to analyze because these little tiny things make a huge difference for the timings. But it's easy to miss them because there's no... Sometimes, you know, there might be 2 situations that happen, both where you don't clear something, but 2 with 2 different total reasons. And one was because you made a really great play. One just you got lucky. In this spot, you know, he makes the perfect... brings the perfect idea to the exact situation. Need him in, and now he can go really fast on it. Oh, he can go really fast on the... lurk timing because now he knows where they both are, and yeah, this is a round done easy. I mean, there's no way they can expect him here, right? Especially after they were just inside of mid. So once again, same exact move, and not only do you see the info there, you can also stop them from coming out. So that's next to dead. And how does Electronic want to play it? Like here. Okay, let's talk about this position. So I call this the flush angle off the left side of the pillar here, looking up into the windows. So the window, the first window here, it's a little messy. The first window here is open, of course. That's the one that everyone jumps out of. And then the second window over there, which I can't draw in because there's a smoke, is closed, so you can't jump out. So even though you can see everything from there, holding the angle from here, like Flush I used to do a lot, means you watch the only open window, and for the teams who are coming out, they might go to the first window and see if you're on cat. And if they don't see anything, they might want run by. So this gives you a nice fight. And not only that, but you can cut off both this first window and the end of the halls, or just have the balcony and then peek out into the window if you don't see anybody afterwards. But these angles are quite powerful for this reason. And mollying right here, as they jump out, sometimes it's better than mollying inside, which might just make them jump out. It's a little bit safer to do this, especially if you know the rush has already taken place. You don't have to peek into anything. And again, molly's a really key spot, the only spot that they can jump out of. And of course, he has Perfecto on the back of the site as well to watch this crossfire. So let's see what he does off of this molly. And he might be trying to free up Perfecto to move in this spot. He is, in fact, and then he can reaggress. So beautiful. Whoa, we actually got one important round at the end from Electronic on that. So that's nice. Huge plays overall. Then honestly, that one, we didn't talk about the game too much. There wasn't too many things going on. Lots of other stuff to go over. But yeah, glad we got the mini-map segment in the end. That's Electronic bringing it as the IGL of the team, who will continue to be the IGL. Again, a or a 100 KAST, 22-4 in that half that we just watched, 3.06 rating, which I didn't know numbers went that high, and 157 ADR. So in the second half, unbelievable stuff from Electronic. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going right now through the YouTube videos. I'm going right now through the YouTube posts that to look at what demos I should do. I've been doing them from here first. I put them on Twitter too, but these ones, obviously comments from you guys from here are going to be most important to me than anything else. So I'm trying to do as many as I can from here. So just let you know. But this video will come out in like a while, like a week or something. So my editor is in Stockholm, I think, for the ESL Challenger event. So I got nominated for this. I don't know if I told you, Esports Content Creator of the Year, which is a YouTube award, okay, for YouTube for doing esports content. If you want to vote, links here. Appreciate the support. Thank you guys for everything. I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded, but that'll change. Just coming off of COVID and a lot of traveling, but we're back. So, okay. Hope you enjoyed that and see you in the next one. Peace.
For my daddy ho, smoking dope, but saying raps out on